The reason you're struggling on defense in Madden 26 is you're calling bad plays, or worse, no one's showing you a complete defense scheme. Luckily for you, I've been labbing this brand new Jaguars defensive playbook, and I'm revealing some hidden plays and strategies straight from my defensive ebook. You're absolutely not going to miss this one because I guarantee I'll be able to transform your defense by the end of this video. So let's jump right into it. The first thing that you absolutely need to master in defense is using the right defensive settings. Let me show you the right ones to use right now from this Jaguars playbook. Alright, so here from this Jaguars defensive playbook, we're going to come into coaching adjustments, which some people actually don't know this, but you can only do coaching adjustments in game, and you have to press the right stick in at the play call menu, or R3 on PlayStation, right? It's very simple though, right? So you're going to come to cornerback matchups. You're only going to make sure these are on balance, right? If you ever were to put these on by speed, by height, by high route running, whatever's here, depth chart, it's going to completely misalign and mess up your defense. I'll show you that in a second. Defensive motion response needs to be on disabled. RPO capacity, it's alright. It's alright setting. You can put it on conservative. You should be fine. Curl flat on 5. Safety depth on close. Safety width on pinch. I will say though, if you're playing against the Chiefs, the Dolphins, or you're playing franchise and the opponent has super fast receivers, you absolutely cannot have those guys be that close to the line of scrimmage if your safeties are not capable of getting back there. But you're able to see, right, the Cleveland Browns, not really the case here, and so we're just going to be able to see how valuable this is when, you know, they're trying to throw right up the seam. Our safety's already closer to the line of scrimmage to help defend those seam passes. That's the main advantage. But also you're going to be able to see, right, even if they try to lob a pass over the top, our guy is still going to be able to get back there and, you know, catch an interception, because it's not like, again, if they're not super fast, there's no takeoff in this game, so they actually have to be like way faster than you. So again, if you have the correct speed, right, you're going to be able to get back there and defend both the seam and, you know, the deep lob pass over the top. But again, if you don't use cornerback matchups on balance, you put it on anything else, this is what will happen to your defense. The opponent will no huddle, and your safeties and corners and stuff, all these guys will try to realign based on whatever you have it set to. So if you had it set to height, for example, I don't know, maybe this would be something your defense looks like. It might not always be this bad, but it has the potential to be, honestly, even worse than this. Just because, I mean, like, if your tallest corners on the opposite side of their tallest receiver and you have it set to by height, I mean, obviously you're just going to give up a big gain. So it's like you have to make, I just made the worst read of all time, but it's like those passes are going to be wide open down the field because your defense is absolutely crisscross and guys will just be left wide open. So we look at the replay right here. I mean, just look at this. I mean, you have safeties rotating across the field, right? And so this is going to be, everyone's clustered up right here. If I just waited a second longer, I probably could have scored to the corner of the end zone. So it's like you absolutely do not want to let that happen, and you will give up big plays simply because your defense is misaligned, simply because your defense is crisscross. And having the cornerback matchups on balance will absolutely solve that, because your defense will come out just like how you want to, basically default just like this every time, and you'll be able to make adjustments from there. So those are the best defense settings you need to be using to pair with this Jaguars defense. Alright, so there's a lot of really good blitzes here from this Jaguars playbook and really great coverage shells, but the reality is if you don't have fast enough fingers, you can't make quick adjustments, none of it's going to matter. Let me show you the best way to make adjustments faster on defense. Alright, so if you come out in a, cover 2 defense right here against a trips formation, what you're going to notice is at any point in the game, if they call this play verticals, or they call a play similar where they have a whole 3 vertical routes, you're just going to see how there's going to just be a hole right there up the sideline. Shout out to one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, Shadir Sanders, for missing that throw. But there's just a wide open hole up the sideline once this cloud flat gets over the top of this man. You see how essentially this safety is forced to guard 2 players, and so this hole is wide open on the sideline for an easy pass lead outside. So you can't give that up. But you're gonna, because now if I told you that and told you, okay, adjust your defense to a cover 3, probably what you're doing is you're gonna start the play on this man, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe you'll get clicked on this man eventually, right? And then you're gonna press A, left stick up, and then I was trying to make quick adjustments, and then you're going to click here. Now the ball's already snapped, right? Now there's no flat on this side. And yeah, sure, you turn it into a cover 3, but now if they call a different play, right, if they were to put this man on a flat, there's no flat over here. And so this is just an easy gain. And when you let people throw flats, they can speed boost away from your defenders, turn it into a big game. So you have to be able to make adjustments on defense. That's the reality and the bottom line of what I'm telling you here. And the best way to do that is by making quick adjustments. You're going to make all your adjustments, adjust all your players that you need to adjust from one central player, your linebacker, or whoever user that you're starting to play on it. All right, so you're going to press Y twice to open the secondary adjustments. So X, Y, L, B, A, and B. That's going to open those guys. You're going to press D-pad right twice to open the linebacker adjustments. So X, A, and then Y sometimes. And then D-pad left twice is going to open the defensive line adjustments. X, Y, A, and B. Right? So some formations have 3 defensive linemen. But that's the bottom line, the gist of it. Right? You're going to be able to basically open all that position group from like 2 button presses. And then once you're able to do that, it's just muscle memory, because I press Y twice, then X, and then left stick up. Y twice, then LB, then left stick to the left. Y twice, then Y. So really Y 3 times, and then put him in a curl flat. So now, and honestly, I was going kind of slow there to explain it, but it's like it can be done in under 2 seconds. I don't understand why people think 3 seconds is a lot of time to make adjustments. Yes, it is. This is easy. Right, you just make these adjustments, it's been 3 seconds, and now I have a totally different defense that's very well versed to be able to defend a trips tight end formation. Right, and so again, for you, it's like, I understand what buttons I need to press to make what adjustments, but you just need to practice which adjustments you're going to make the most often on what player. I know on my outside corner, I like hard flats, outside thirds, cloud flats, and custom zones. So those are the ones that I master, get in practice mode, practice the button commands, what buttons to press, and then it just becomes muscle memory. But bottom line here, in order to run a lot of these blitzes, to set up a lot of these coverages, you're going to need to get better with quick adjustments, and that's really the pro guide to getting better with them. No good defensive player clicks on individually make adjustments. Everyone's using the quick adjustments by mastering what I just showed you. Alright, before I jump into the final 3 tips that go along with this Jacksonville Jaguars defense, I want to remind you to go down below with that subscribe button. I break down defensive tips and tricks just like this every single day here in Madden 26, and you're absolutely not going to miss out on them. But if you want my full Jaguars defensive ebook with everything I've shown you so far in this video and everything that's to come, make sure you go down below the pinned comment. You can use code YouTube to get 20% off. I guarantee you to transform the way you play defense, because it has full videos, write-ups, screenshots, and you can save it on your phone. I guarantee to help you out, and let's jump right back into it. Alright, next I want to show you the absolute best blitz defense from this Jaguars playbook, and the best part is it only requires a 4-man rush. Alright, so that blitz defense that I'm talking about here is going to be dime through 2, cover 4 quarters. You want to make sure you auto flip off, obviously having your safety depth on close, safety width on pinch if you can. But we're going to call the play right here. And the reason why you want to have auto flip off is because you need your guy to come out on the same side every time. Alright, so you're going to call cover 4 quarters. It's going to look something like this right here. And you're going to essentially take this linebacker right here and drag him over to this spot. And you have to bump him, just baby tap him. You're going to feel your controller vibrate when he bumps into the guy. But it's like, if you don't bump him, he'll move back. That's how you prevent him from moving back. Then you want to pass commit your defense. Now, we're going to see it. He's going to loop around right there, and we're going to be able to collapse the pocket. You just have to have a good user over the middle of the field. Now, no blitz is going to obviously come in every single time. That time, you know, great job, I guess, by the offensive line to be able to hold up. But we're going to call it again. Again, this is only a 4-man rush, so you're doing a great job in coverage. Now, when you're in cover 4 quarters, obviously that's a match-based play, match-based defense. So we're going to bump, we're going to pass commit our defense, and we are going to have them, we're just going to pass commit our defense. Boom, we're going to take this snap, and you're just going to see how we're able that time to just loop all the way around and very easily sack the quarterback. That's a really fast rush, right? And again, it's just a gap pressure, again, right in the quarterback's grill, right? And it's really key that you're able to get this. Boom, loop, and then you just get back over the middle of the field, take away whatever routes could get open, because you're able to see how these linemen, they're just not recognizing it. Moving your guy over really is the key with this. So again, let's see. This is what's going to happen a lot of time for you guys. If you don't bump him, you'll move him over like this, and then he'll just move back. So that's why I say you have to bump, boom, I feel my controller vibrate, I'm good, pass giving my defense. And then we're just going to see how, boom, take the snap. It really doesn't matter if they block their running back or not, just because we're just going to do exactly what 23 does right there, push our way into the quarterback, even if we do get picked up initially. So sometimes with this blitz, you're just going to be able to come in free, and that's great because, I mean, a 4 against a 6, a 4 against a 5 should never just walk in the backfield free. But even if you don't, it's like you're just able to play really great coverage behind it and push your way into the quarterback. So, having great, really fast pass rushers, maybe in mud or franchise, is going to help you out a lot. But this is a really great blitz that you need to start using. All right, before I show you the final 2 tips that go along with this Jaguars defense, they're going to make it absolutely locked down. Make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. Again, I break down defenses just like this every day on Madden 26, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. Let's jump right back into it. All right, I know you guys don't like to make that many adjustments on defense. Like I showed you earlier in the video, your quick adjustment game just isn't quite there yet. You're working on it, but let me show you a simple coverage defense that you don't really need to make any adjustments from. All right, so that defense here from the Jaguars playbook is we're going to come into nickel 3-3 load mug, and we're going to call the play is cover 3 cloud. All right, but here's the thing. You want to make sure that you have auto flip turned off here with this. You want to make sure your defense and motion response is disabled, where you're going to make sure curl flats there. I mean, you just want to make sure you have the right defense settings that I told you. Again, I tell you guys all the time, make sure you have auto flip defensive play turned on, but again, this is a situation where you want to turn it off because you want your slot corner to come out on the same side every time, regardless of where they put their slot receiver. Now, right here, they're going to be an under center. So really with this, you're going to call the left pirate 3-man custom stunt. You're going to shift your D-line to the left, and you're going to pass commit your defense, all right? And so really what you're going to see is you're just trying to switch stick them. You're going to get good pressure. I mean, right here, obviously they're in an under center formation, but you're essentially just trying to work on your switch stick and play really great switch stick defense. And so again, you just pass commit, shift that D line, and you're just reading the route concept that they're calling right here. You're just switching all around the field, and you're just able to see everything's taken away. This is a heavy switch stick defense. That's really what you're trying to do here. And I wish they would really stop running under center, but I mean, it'll be fine for us, and you're just able to see we're able to take all these routes away. It's really hard to be able to play good defense without switch sticking or without making quick adjustments. So if you don't want to make any adjustments, just understand that your switch stick game has to be better. Boom, you're going to switch here. Boom, you're going to switch here. Boom, I'm here. And I'm able to take away all these routes. I'm just going to get a bunch of coverage sacks because, again, I'm calling a really good stunt that's going to make my defensive line play better and be able to get quicker pressure on the quarterback. But then I'm just able to switch stick all the way around. So again, boom, jump out here, maybe jump there to guard this fade route, and we're able to take away both these routes up the field as they kind of run, obviously, up the field. So it's like this is a defense where you're not really having to do anything. The best thing that you're trying to do is read their route concept. That's all I'm trying to do. Boom, probably just jump out here. Then obviously you see they're going to set up a screen, so you're going to come down and make that play. But you're just trying to just read where the receivers are going as they're kind of running down the field. So again, shift the D-line, pass commit the defense. They're going to come in motion with that man. Cool, we're ready to switch stick probably. Boom, and now we're here. And now we just have to get over the top with our man. So it's really like you don't want to gamble with your switch stick. You don't want to have a bad switch stick over the top and give up one-play touchdowns. But that's all you're trying to do. Switch all the way around the field. Now, you're going to say, BLT, how do you improve your switch stick? It's not clicking me onto the guy that I want. I tried before. Well, you just got to keep trying because there's no getting around it. Like, switch stick's not going anywhere. So if you want to actually be good on defense in this game, it's like you have to practice that switch stick. So really what you want to do, get into practice mode, spy off your pass rush, hook up a second controller so that the offense has all day to throw, and you're essentially just trying to switch all around the field and take all these routes away. Eventually, these guys are going to start route bouncing all the way across the field, and you're really just trying to make sure that at no point can they throw a pass to any of these guys. And the key is just switching. You don't really want to take these guys and run all the way across the field, right? You just kind of want to just be switching all the way around, take away these routes, and make sure that at no point can they throw any of them. So eventually these receivers are going to stop running, so we're going to go ahead and throw the ball away. But that's a great drill to get into practice mode and really work on, because it's like you're going to have no choice to get better. If you just do that for maybe 10 or 15 minutes before you get on, you're going to get more control of where EA is going to switch you. And it's really a necessity with this, because this cover 3 cloud is a very simple coverage shell. You're calling a stunt, you're going to get good pressure, and you're really just trying to rely on your coverage and your switch stick to be able to play good defense. Alright, and that final principle that you really need to understand here from the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, kind of what brings the whole scheme together, actually is being able to stop those popular routes, those meta concepts, the corner routes, flood concepts, anything breaking down the sideline. Let me show you a great defense to slow that down. Alright, so if we come into nickel wide here, we are going to scroll down and we are going to find cover 6. Now, here's the key. You want to make sure that you have your curl flats, your flats, and your hooks all on default, because you're calling a match coverage based play. I say this a few times every video. I talk about match coverage, right? Anytime there's a purple indicator, right, where it says match, you see how there's one that says blitz is red, there's one that says zone, it's blue. If this says match on this play, that means it's a match coverage based play. And in all match coverage based plays, you need to make sure you have all 3 zone drop depths on default for your guys to match correctly. If you have any of them turned on, the match coverage gets disabled. All right, so we have quarter flat, soft squat, hook zones on the field until we're going to be playing match coverage. Now, obviously they're going to be in bunch, and what we're going to have them do, we're going to have them call shriek corner flat, a very common route concept. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend you do this, but for the sake of showing you how good this is, I'm going to put my controller down on defense, and we're just going to watch how well we're able to take away these routes. We're able to take away the out route with our 3 rep hook. We're going to be able to take away the soft squat with, our other guys down the field. And so we're going to go through it again right here. So again, I'm just going to put my controller down. You see the defenses on the field. You want to make sure that your cover 4 side is on their bunch side. And you're just going to see, look at that. Corner route absolutely strapped up, taken away. I didn't have to do anything on defense. I literally put my controller down. The quarter flat does a great job of taking away the flat route to the tight end, whoever is running the flat. The corner route is going to get taken away by, again, the outside quarter. And then the shriek is going to get taken away by the inside quarter. It really is just lockdown defense here. And again, you even have an extra man right here to switch it onto. If they want to put a backside dig or a drag on the field, you're still over here with your user. So it's really just easy corner route defense, right? Easy ways to slow down flood concepts. But again, even if they were to, for example, motion this man inside, put him on a crosser, kind of change up the route concept here a little bit, you're just going to see how. Now, you can't run match coverage against every single defense or every single offense in this game. It's really great against shriek corner flat and flood concepts, but when they change up the route concept, it's going to change up how your guys defend. And really all that means for you is you need to now be ready to switch stick. Right, I need to be here to take this away, then I need to switch stick there to take away that crosser, and so you're able to see we're able to get quick pressure, but it's like the defense is going to function completely differently than it did on the last play, simply because they call a different play. You're able to see we take away the drag, then we're able to switch stick here and take away this crosser as it's running across the field. So it's like, that's why I told you guys that you have to master the switch stick, because it really comes into play with every defense. Again, you can kind of just put your controller down and not really pay attention if they're calling a corner route, right, with this defense, because it's literally the perfect defense to stop corner routes. But if they call a little bit more of a sophisticated play right here, well, now that just means I'm going to have to switch stick a little bit better. Boom, come here, take this away, and you're able to see that that outside quarter is going to be able to take it with a shriek as it runs down the field. And really just look at how fast that pressure is. You can use custom stunts from this defense if you want, but really if you're able to get one-on-one pass rushes with premier pass rushers, you're going to be able to affect the quarterback in a very, extreme way right here. Everything's able to get guarded over the top, and so if they were to throw anything, everything's going to be guarded. So flood concept, shriek corner flat is going to be taken away by your cover 4 match side, and then if they change up the route concept, which good players might, you can still run cover 6, you can still run match coverage, but just understand your defense is going to play a little bit differently, and you just need to be ready to switch stick around the field. Alright, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the Jaguars defensive ebook, make sure again you go down below at that subscribe button. You're absolutely not going to miss having any of the defensive schemes and tips that I have for you the rest of the year and beyond. And so again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But if you want my full Jaguars defense ebook, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. Grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. And I guarantee it'll transform the way you play defense with all the videos, write-ups, screenshots, everything you need to master defense here in this game. But I'll see you on the next video. Peace.